I will invite the Reverend Dr. Jacob Powell, pastor of the Sharon Baptist Church, Santa Cruz, to come forth and take us to the throne of grace.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. May I invite you to stand with me, please, as we go to the Lord in prayer.
Prime Minister of Jamaica, Minister of National Security, Ambassador Alison Stone Roof, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police, Reverend Dr. Jacob Powell, pastor of the Santa Cruz of the Sharon Baptist Church in Santa Cruz, Mr. Martin Miller, Managing Director, being represented today, Mr. Aaron Lieber, CEO, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, and heads of government, both Chief Technical Director, Ministry of National Security, and other representatives of the ministry, Deputy Commissioners of Police, Ms. Karina, boys and girls, pleasant morning. Tell your man you'll understand why. The name is Okeshu Okino Odingo Bigby. And of course I'm Jamaican.
Presenting the managing director. So whatever you say goes, eh? And the reward for hard work is, and more work for NHT means. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, our Ambassador Alison Stone Roof, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Reverend Dr. Jacob Powell of the Sharon Baptist Church. And so I listen to your prayer. And you have to be careful, we're recruiting. Mr. Delroy Slowly, Member of Parliament for the St. Elizabeth Northeastern, His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Richard Solomon, and I did recognize you, Mr. Bernard, representing Mr. Martin Miller, Managing Director, and other members of the National Housing Trust. And I too want to pause to especially acknowledge Ms. Jacqueline Johnson of the NHT, who has been a stalwart behind these projects. I want to recognize my DCP Karina Powell-Wood, Mr. Delroy Simpson, Chief Technical Director in the Ministry of National Security, and all the MNS, other members of the ministry, ACP Jacqueline Green-Scaife, who is responsible for the services branch, under which our property management and maintenance division falls, and all these projects. I know Deputy Superintendent Sharon Thompson, Crime Officer for Era 3, is representing our ACP Calvin Allen, who unfortunately could not be here as he is the guest speaker at another event. Let me recognize SSPs Lindsay and Brooks, Superintendent, Commanding Officer for the division, and your hardworking team of the Police Federation, other members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, residents of Lacovia, members of the media, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good noon. Last week, Minister, we were together handing over 274 vehicles. This week, we're here handing over a purpose-built, fit-for-purpose, fully solar water harvesting station. I wait anxiously to see what happens next week, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand at the threshold of a new era in transforming policing here in Jamaica. The opening of this state-of-the-art, purpose-built facility marks a significant milestone in our unwavering commitment to delivering policing services of the highest quality to the people of St. Elizabeth. And this is not just about a physical structure. It is a powerful statement of our dedication to ensuring that the highest standards of service are embedded in every corner of this great nation. As we continue to uphold our promise of excellence, we are proud to expand our ISO 9001 quality management system across more and more of our facilities. Our ambition is clear. We aim for this approach to become the hallmark of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and one that resonates across the entire island. Thanks again to the foresight and support of the ministry, we no longer settle for occupying any available building as a police station. Every facility we now establish is a product of careful, deliberate design, shaped by research, driven by the needs of the communities we serve. Each station is crafted to reflect the unique characteristics of its locality, ensuring that it is both effective and relevant to those who depend on it. Take, for example, a community like Lacovia in 2025. This community deserves a station that is not just functional, but also efficient, secure, and accessible. A station that fosters the ideals of community policing while enhancing our operational effectiveness. And this is exactly what we're delivering today. Built with the people of Lacovia in mind, and for the officers who are committed to serving them. Let this facility stand not only as a symbol of a police station, but as a beacon of progress, dedication, and hope. However, this progress would not be possible without a strong, enduring partnership between the police and the citizens of Lacovia. Together, we will continue to forge a path of safety and security for all. Ladies and gentlemen, this new station opens at a pivotal time in our fight for public safety. Not too long ago, St. Elizabeth was grappling with a disturbing surge in violent crime, including a 100% increase in murders earlier last year. But thanks to the strong, steady leadership of Superintendent Coleridge Minto and his dedicated team in the St. Elizabeth Division, and with the strategic guidance of Area 3 Commander ACP Calvin Allen, we have seen a remarkable turnaround. By the end of last year, the murder rate had dropped by 20%. And today, we are witnessing an 80% reduction in murders, along with a 20% decrease in shootings. And ladies and gentlemen, these results are not mere coincidence. They are the product of strategic, proactive policing, relentless operations, and steadfast leadership of our officers. Across the entire parish, major crimes have fallen by 14%, and with the opening of this new police station, the JCF is now even better equipped to build on these hard-earned gains and continue to advance our mission of keeping the people of Jamaica safe. To my esteemed colleagues in the St. Elizabeth Division, while we celebrate the progress we've made, let us not for a moment grow complacent. We know that crime is a dynamic, ever-evolving threat, and we must remain vigilant and unyielding in our efforts to protect our communities. And I say this without hesitation. We will not surrender our homes, our businesses, or our communities to criminals. There are those who seek to destabilize and terrorize law-abiding citizens of this nation, but the JCF will always stand firm as a barrier between them and our people. We remain resolute in our mission to locate, disrupt, and dismantle the criminal networks that seek to spread fear and chaos across Jamaica. I urge every resident of Lacovia to stand united in the fight against crime, being tolerant to criminality in all its forms. Work alongside us, support your local police, and together we will continue to keep this community safe, down crime even further, and build a Jamaica where peace, security, and security are the foundation upon which our citizens can thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and may God continue to bless Jamaica and the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
From primary have such wide complaint of lack of skills and productivity in our society. I really give some thought what happened somewhere there, because something must have gone wrong in between when I look at the level of talent and how our students operate, especially at the primary level. But of course today's Lacovia ladies and gentlemen were outstanding. Roll call. And the schools, we have to wonder what's happening there. Then we recognize, of course, the members here, the first the criminals in this country who continue to challenge us, led by none other than by Permanent Secretary, Ambassador Alice Stonewall, who sits here in front. And like many things, is a lady. And I have to recognize our members of the Housing Trust. I think Mr. Alexander representing Mr. Martin Miller, Managing Director, who spoke earlier, who has been supporting the work that's part of the government policy to ensure that we have adequate facilities for our officers, and they have played a role in assisting in developing the stations in areas where the Housing Trust is operational. The event this morning is we opened that new building, which is now the central part of the police station in Lacovia, and also we refurbished the one behind us, which was the original location of the police station, the original police station. But it reflects not only an expansion, but the development of what the Commissioner expresses as a purpose-built station. This government set out a planned program to develop the police force. They was called at some time, where's the plan? Because the country got used to the idea that you organize a squad of police officers, give them some name, I remember some of them, and find a star police officer, put on the road, and ask him to go shoot some star criminals. And that was the plan. It was, of course, it had no planning, and it did not reflect any serious attempt at dealing with criminal organizations. Because while they may take out a single criminal leader, and oftentimes after the police team removes the primary target, there is talk of police extrajudicial activity because they have to chase down gunmen, Of course, I cannot understand when there's complaints by certain elements in society. So when a policeman faces a gunman, when he faces a man with a gun shooting at him, what he should do? I asked him what he should do, because in that some man come in, the good book says, take a box, to box you and you can turn the other cheek. But the one thing that a gun does, it's only one thing a gun is good for, is to kill somebody. A knife is a dangerous weapon, but you use knives for all kinds of things. Cutting instrument can be used to carve, used in kitchen, all kinds. But when you pull the trigger on a gun, the missile only does one thing: it kills. You cannot ask a police officer to wait the first shot before the fact. So, when they're out there shooting, somebody get killed. If they are shot at, they have to reply. But we have to point out that organizing a squad of police officers, because they are not provided tools, neither legally, logistically, physically, just strapped down to well-known criminals, is not the answer to police operations. And this government from the very outset established a policy that to do major change and development of any institution, and certainly the police force, which has an establishment of 14,000, is one of our largest institutions. and has a major responsibility as the primary law enforcement agency. To develop that institution and transform it into the full fighting force against crime requires policy, which the government laid out very early in its entry in government. The Prime Minister, in fact, had it in the very manifesto of the party. The security of our country is one of our primary policy goals, to improve security, because the country cannot grow unless we have good order and public safety. And we inherited a very weak situation, and we'll not go back there. But once you have a policy, you have to develop a proper plan to execute over time. And in doing that, you have to put the money in place to execute the plan. Well-known politician, late, well, missed him now, former Prime Minister, once said, it takes cash to care. It takes cash to develop an effective law enforcement agency who can deal with the organized crime in this country, who are heavily financed. They have money. They are smart. They have guns, and they will do anything to undermine the society, earn more money, and create chaos and kill our people. We therefore decide that not only it will happen, and will not allow it to continue happening, we do the required investment, the required planning and investment to strengthen our police force and give them the capacity to deal with criminals. Today I'm not here to show victory, but I think every Jamaican can look at the police force today and take pride in the character of the police force that we have, even at this time. And it had to come about by proper planning. The very uniform which are admired by the wider public. This commissioner today, who was then deputy commissioner, did almost a year of research looking at police uniforms, what is required, and designed the police uniform that the police is wearing today. Nothing that the police is doing did not come from proper planning and well thought out research. I commend the team in the police force. The police stations we build, the commissioner used the term purpose built, because they thought that when you run into a crisis in a community, criminals show up, rob the district shop, maybe shoot somebody, and get away with it and run around and keep creating mayhem. And when they rob a place and they don't get apprehended, they keep coming back, looking for more money. So you find a building that at that time when you find it, it's not leaking, and it has some rooms, and you paint it blue and white and call it a police station. That was the policy we inherited. And I decided, in concert with the commissioner and inform my prime minister, we need a police station. If we go to provide health service in a community, we build a clinic. As a physician, I'm aware, you design a clinic to have the appropriate interview room, to have the appropriate examination room, proper waste disposal, etc. We design a clinic for a doctor. When we want to attack the education issue, we build a school and we put trained teachers in good schools and ensure they have the tools of instruction. And we have a way to go with all that, but we build schools for teachers. And why not build police stations, police officers? Police officers are professionals. Every single member of the police is out there in their uniform, or if they are not even uniform, are highly trained individuals, bright young Jamaicans, educated and committed to law enforcement. It is a critical service in our country. And that's how we approach the issue. All aspects of the security work we had to put in a plan, and then we had to have the commitment to continue investing. Coming here today is a particular pleasure to me, because not only because it's a new station, but I can say to the country, to you here, and those who are listening, that the government's commitment to security and to providing good order and public safety continues whatever the time is. But we all know what time of election cycle here is. And we are continuing to invest in our security force to ensure that there can be good order and public safety. We do a lot of other things, and we have to. It's normal in democracy, we gotta do things that will make some people feel nice. But we're not going to do anything to make any criminal feel nice. We're not going to encourage anything. There'll be no disorder whether they wear green shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt, orange shirt, or no shirt at all. If they give problem, the police have instruction, find them, get them off the street. Right? Meant is to provide the police with the tools required. The Commissioner mentioned last week we did 274 vehicles. I think next week we're doing some more vehicles. But we have other things to do. I think a couple of days before, in the week before, we didn't highlight as much as, the nature of the security. You don't put everything on the front page, especially at the beginning. And I like to open buildings and turn on activities rather than to announce groundbreaking and contract signing. Because in government, when you sign contract or you break ground, all kind of things happen between that and the execution. So, not out there for that. When I was in water, a wonderful lady who is actually a good friend. She's on the other side, but she said to me, Dr. Shah, you are doing well in the Ministry of Water, but do me a favor. For God's sake, do me a favor. Not go around the place, go drop pipe, because the election coming and break ground. So no, I like the idea of open buildings and start. But the week before, we had an important initiation of the beginning of a contract to establish the C5 for the police. It's a big investment. We're looking at about $4 billion Jamaican dollars. But that will in fact bring the police into the 21st century with their communication, their technology, and give them a level of efficiency that was never been seen before in Jamaica. And in fact, bring together a lot of the things that individuals who say they have an interest in policing and security keep calling for in a narrow band. Get them cameras, more cameras, body-worn cameras, and maybe I can say the body-worn cameras can be used what they're supposed to do. Body-worn cameras are wearing the body. And when you get to combat, you first you protect your body, and then see if you can find the other guy and get to the limb. But there are other cameras that I use in special situations. They're particularly expensive if you want to use them for special operations. There are cameras for the community. Jamaica have cameras. There are cameras on the vehicles. Our vehicles are now police cars. They are designed and built for the police with cameras, communication, including internet communication. And it's required to keep them, it's a working part of the police operation, not just a car painted red and white or any other color doors, have police sign on it. So that center will bring together a lot of these elements. I've said elsewhere, when you put up a camera or give a single computer in an office, unless it has the connectivity to the right database and to the right central point, you're really not having anything more than a glorious key on a keyboard that we have been having on typewriters for the last 100 years when the printing press was initiated. You have to have the required connection, the required connectivity to centers that can analyze and provide you with real data, and you can see things immediately. In fact, we inherited a few CCTV cameras, which was put up by community members without any kind of consultation, Chamber of Commerce, and we commend them for their interest, and we will work together again. But it is allowed to be just put up in a station, and I won't say where, but put up the cameras, and then in one place they use solar cameras and put them in a tree. So they never saw the sun because it was always shade. In a station which was not fully staffed, they didn't have the staff to do 24-hour monitoring. And on some occasion, did not have the required resource to provide a response in time if they saw something happening. But they didn't have the vehicle and they didn't have the manpower. As part of our investment in the police force, we have expanded the numbers to now at the full establishment. It may go up by 100 or 2, because they must retire. But we are training enough to keep it at the 14,094 that we're supposed to have in the establishment. Plain fact that we're coming from under 12,000. And we did this through COVID, when we acquired facilities that we could allow officers, trainers, to be at spots where they could keep sterile until we get them to the force and continue. So we could today speak of having our police force at full establishment. And of course, I could give you a plan of how we got there. You can just get up and train and expand training and so forth. So whether it is communication, technology, and building and infrastructure, we establish an effective plan, executed efficiently, thanks to the staff of the ministry. Our peers mentioned we have two chief technical directors here and a number of other staff members that are supported by other elements, the National Housing Trust, Jamaica Social Investment Fund, but the government, led by Andrew Michael Hollis, who has some roots in this parish. I think the St. Elizabeth people will be quite proud of that, that his father still lives in St. Elizabeth, am I right? Right. So in many ways we can say the Prime Minister has deep roots, and the Prime Minister not only of Jamaica, but the Prime Minister of St. Elizabeth as well. He set out, with a train of thought there, but under his leadership, we set out to execute all of these activities that we laid out in a broad plan to secure Jamaica, each one costing billions of dollars. In fact, the first time they had the ministers, look, they're not used to spending so much money. I had to sit down and talk with the staff. They're now moving from hundreds of millions to billions of dollars, because we're going to, in fact, invest in our security forces, which we view as an investment in Jamaica and its people for better order, public safety, and to provide the foundation for growth and development. And what symbolizes, and this police station symbolizes that. The entire police infrastructure, where stations are concerned, and in that notice, we set out under a guided project, ROCK, to ensure we did a SWOT analysis of every single police facility in the island. An engineer, I think his name was Mr. Rampier, I can speak to it, was hired to visit the police station, come back and give a report as to the state of the station, and we could lay out a priority list of what to do. The police internally established a property management department, which was expanded and developed to assist, manage, and also keep alert to small things that may go wrong in the station, because what we do not want to do, which is an unfortunate old-time culture that we're changing. Right, Mr. Bigby? When you build things, and you leave them, and they abandon them for weeks, even if it's a workable facility, you don't see any maintenance man coming around. It's a school, you have a brand new school, and after 1 year in there, you have to call about 10 people and say, look, the toilet gone bad. Because nobody's checking on it. The courthouse, the police station, the same. So the police now has a strong property management department designed to ensure that in the year's time, 5 years time, come back here, the station look the same way. Because we don't allow it to run down, fall apart, and you wait to rebuild it again. I used to take, and some may not like this one, but I took some disturbance. I never took part in them. It was a common practice to build community centers on election and Labor Day. Everywhere you go across Jamaica, large numbers of people gather, and they start put up a community center. And the fact is that 2 years from that, they come to build the same community center. And nobody, not only don't use it, they don't maintain it. And it's left abandoned. So you have a wonderful picture of some well-thinking and caring people laboring to provide our young people that facility. But there's nothing done to maintain it. And well over half of them fall apart. I use an example of how we treat facilities, and that too is a part of the transformation in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, led by our current commissioner, and indicated by the policy that this government has set out, that we do things to be sustainable. When we effect change, it is maintained. And so today, as I said, we can see the benefit. Then it comes the victory, but we have to take note. And that's not part of my notes. of the successful effort of the police in dealing with criminals. And also, I don't know how some see it. We have well over 1,000 shootings in Jamaica annually. That means you have people going out with gun shooting. And when they have 1,000 shootings, sometimes some of the shooting is 12 guns. Anywhere from 1 to sometimes more. I represent a tough urban constituency, and I get the reports, and doctor, someone walked past the last night, 12 of them are rifle on them shoulder, and everybody have a sidearm. So shooting all over the country. If the police is more equipped, has better intelligence, better training, and is now in a position to intercept the criminal, they're going to meet people with guns. What do you expect will happen? In that, I'm sure you find people going out with guns to kill people. The police, part of the responsibility of the police that we are charged with. We give them the tools, we change the legislation to make it, if you find with an illegal gun, we put you away for a long time. So we're discouraging people to find illegal guns. Whether they have it for sale, if they catch them at the wharf with it, we charge them, we lock them for a long time. So we are taking steps to encourage, or should I say, to dissuade those from carrying illegal guns. But they're carrying plenty. And part of the police job is to develop the intelligence to find them, identify them early before they shoot somebody. And as the commissioner said, he will indicate some of the names. If they want to come in, we will take them into court. And in the justice, we have a good justice system. And the police prepare the case well, they go to court. And in fact, the police prefer that. So do we as minister, so as the government. We're not out there training anybody to kill anybody for the sake of extradition, whatever it is. We want to carry them to court. We want them to stop shooting. That's the first thing. So we create a law to deter. And if they stop shooting, they go about their business. If they carry a legal gun, we find them. And we'll find them. The police have not only got better stations, better cars, better communication, and more manpower, and woman power, if you say so. Get the commissioner carrying the whole oil or attractive. But it has some very bright Americans and developed some their policy, their programs, excellent programs, so they have good intelligence, good operations, they're going to find the criminal. And if they find a criminal gun, they're going to be a shootout. I said it over and over, say that news again. I don't expect that police to get hurt. And they are bright, responsible Americans committed to making this country a better place and to bring public safety. And your country has invested in them too, and they have invested themselves to train them and to have them ready. So, if one have to go down, the criminal will go down. As simple as that. It's common sense that if the police have better intelligence, are better equipped, and are on the road more, they're going to have more engagement. 50 police shooting in that same police out there chasing down in the one man to shoot down somebody. It means the police is in a position to engage criminals, and if you have more engagement, you're going to have more shooting. If they surrender, they'll take them to the court. I've been told by the commissioner that the majority of targets are in fact before the courts. But there are those who choose to take on the police, and we have had that. But it's not only that there are 50, they refer to 50 fatal shooting at police and call it extrajudicial, like police shooting on people. This month, at the rate they are going, you'll have the lowest number of murders in Jamaica for the last 25 years and more. That didn't come about by policemen sitting in the desk because they have a new office and they look comfortable and cool and they sit down and enjoy. When the air conditioner work, they enjoy your conditioning unit. It didn't come about that accusing police of that go out to look for them girlfriend when they're supposed to be on patrol. That's not happening. The police officers are working. They're out there in the hot spots. They are monitoring areas. I see sometimes ACP Allen in particular, sending some requests for curfew in some rural areas, which in the old days you drive and park your car and leave the windows open. And I know he was doing it based on intelligence, and therefore we can look at this area today. I think St. Elizabeth only has one homicide for the whole month, for the whole year. And the numbers in Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Elizabeth are remarkably down because the leadership in those parishes are utilizing the tools the government has provided effectively and doing their job to create a safer place and maintain public order. I want to commend the Commission and the team, and in particular here at Trio here today, so that this investment, the taxpayer can look and say it is working well, and we have pleasure to hand it over to the police in Lacovia and in St. Elizabeth under the leadership of Superintendent Minto. Some of you may remember Mr. Minto used to be what? School safety. I used to hear his voice climbing in schools, but today we hear his voice loud and clear, and still a strong community officer. Meets his committee members. I think everybody here from the business committee knows Mr. Minto, and I've had discussion with him. He engaged the community, and he engaged young people and said, come take a different path. But if you want to have a fight, I'll have to come for you. Simple as that. But it reflects, in fact, in many ways, the success of the police in Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth reflects the new kind of police we have over here. And I said they deserve in a special way the commendation of all of us. And I said this investment not only reflects the government commitment to keep providing with the tools, but I said all taxpayers should take some comfort in that the officers, given the resources, are working well and are seeking to bring a better quality of life and public order into Jamaica. This month, as we go, I think the number may end up somewhere way under 60. And if it wasn't for 2 weeks, it would be under 50. So sometime when the police officers start looking at gatherings and say, look, whatever it is, you need to inform us. If you're going to church, don't let us know. We will find a way to be nearby, because if we're nearby, nothing will happen. Because some of these new criminals, they're heartless, they're cold, and they look for opportunities to create damage. So they will take some of the one coming from, and I mentioned the church. Jamaicans in the week, they team about the prayer meetings across country, it's Pentecostal. But they look for someone to come from church. That's the cat, the man in Mandeville, there was a lights farm hole. We go to a wake, saw the bruised scar. 2 ladies are killed and 3 people shot. So we have a propensity of violence which we have to deal with. But all I can ask committee members is to cooperate. When there's a gathering, inform the police. They will take the time and make the time to ensure that there's safety and public order in your area. They have demonstrated their commitment, and I said the government reciprocates. We are not deviating from our investment in the forest till it's complete and have at a stage where we can ensure sustainability and continuance. And I feel good to be part of the government that is doing this, but to be the minister who has had the privilege of working with the Jamaica Conservative Force. They are moving in a new direction that's in the best interest of this country, and I know that they will continue to maintain good order and public safety in St. Elizabeth, and that this station not only reinforces our commitment, but gives the police a level of comfort, not physically, but mentally, that yes, the country believes in what they're doing and is giving them support to do what they're doing. And I know they will use it well, and I think it was both the pastor and to move the vote of thanks for this event. As we gather here today to celebrate the opening of this new police station at Lacovia, I'd like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to all who have contributed to this significant milestone. Firstly, I wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, Minister of National Security, and for his unwavering support and commitment to enhancing the security infrastructure of police stations, but more specifically, the Lacovia police station. Sir, your leadership and vision have been instrumental in making this project a reality, and we are truly grateful. Also wish to express appreciation to
Dr. Kevin Blake, our Commissioner of Police, and the other members of the Police High Command for their guidance, dedication, and commitment throughout this process. Sir, your strategic insight and direction have helped to pave the way for this facility. A special thanks goes out to all the various stakeholders, to include our major partner from the National Housing Trust, who played a pivotal role in this project, from the initial concept, design, to the contractors, and all those involved in bringing this facility to fruition. It is your hard work, innovative thinking, and tireless commitment that have resulted in this space that is not only functional, but also very welcoming. I'd like to express thanks to Reverend Dr. Jacob Powell for leading the prayer for us today, and our hard-working Mayor, His Worship the Mayor Richard Solomon, for his warm welcome and support that he extended to us. His Worship the Mayor continues to be a very strong partner to the St. Elizabeth. Particularly want to recognize on behalf of the men and women who will operate and occupy this well-needed upgraded facility. This new station will not only lift the morale of the staff, but also enhance the experience of the citizens who come at this station to make reports or to seek the services of the police. In closing, let us continue to work together in partnership to ensure that this police station serves its purpose of fostering safety and security in the Lacovia and environment communities. Finally, it was Henry Ford who said, "Coming together is the beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success." Thank you all for staying the course and successfully completing this project. May the Lord bless us all, and may He bless Jamaica, land we love. Thank you.
Perfect. You know how much I get the
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on, sir. What's that?
Reception area.
Come to
This one. Then you got the more come back from one way.
Run this tight. Everybody can learn this one.
Just right here, and then we'll be taking it to the back of us.
okay.
Yeah, but it can be an inspector, so that's right.
What about the person in charge? No, that's the person in charge. The guy in charge.
I'll go upstairs.
Biggest was on the bench at that.
kind of number of persons in the building. All the body can tell.
Team, this is what makes the difference. Throughout the system, having this kind of.
For detention and court, sorry.
Okay, so when you're in court and the processing. What's in it, sir? Yeah.
Put your hand behind your back. Yeah, man.
So one pound short bread.
Do that. That is what you need to do. Comply. Right with this. Next answer. All right, squad. Take it easy with him now. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. What up? Put your hand in I stopped you from Capital Plaza for disobeying the red light. I told you to pull over. You drove all the way down here. I stopped you at the next light at Central Plaza. You drove through the light and came here and then said, lock you up and assault you. You're under arrest for disobeying the traffic light as well as disobeying the constable's command. Come see this way. Yo, don't argue with him, yeah? And 2 times stop you and you drive up all the way. Man, he might take off something, beg a leniency. Disrespectful.